Hello everyone, it is Rabbi Dov Chastain. I hope you're doing well, and I am here to share another short vort on the Parsha with you. It is Parshas Tzav, the year is 2020, Tafshin Pei, and I'd like to share another vort, just like last week I actually gave on the first pasuk of the Parsha. This week I am going to give on the first pasuk of the Parsha as well. So if we look at the very beginning of Parshas Tzav, I should really say the second pasuk, because the first one's Vaydaber Hashem el Moshe Lemor. But if you go to the second pasuk, it is Tzavis Aaron v'Yaspanav Lemor, command Aaron and his sons, saying, Zos Teras Ha'ola, this is the law of the burnt offering, Hi Ha'ola, it is the burnt offering, Al Mokta Al Mizbeach Kol Halayla Ad Haboker, which remains on its pyre, on the altar, all night, until the morning, Ve'esh HaMizbeach Tukad Bo, and the fire of the altar will be kept burning on it. So we are talking about the mitzvah of bringing a korban olah, and the second Rashi in the Parsha says that this section comes to teach the rules regarding the burning of the fats and the limbs on the altar, that it's valid to do that all night long. But I want to take a look at the first Rashi for a second. The first Rashi says, Ein sav ela lashon zeruz. The word sav, which means command, is an expression of urging, Miad uladeros, both immediately and for future generations. Amar Rabbi Shimon says, B'yoser tzarech hakasav lazares, it's all the more necessary for the Torah to urge the fulfillment of a commandment, b'makam sheyesh bo chesron kis, in a place where there is a monetary loss involved. Chesron kis means that there could be a loss of money. And we're talking about the korban olah. The korban olah, like all korbanos, was not free. It cost money to bring an animal for a korban olah. I can give a couple of explanations about this chesron kis. It's either because the Kohanim did not receive any of the meat of a burnt offering. They received only the skin. Or because this parsha prescribes the bringing of a daily meal offering by the Kohen Gadol. And the Gemara in Kiddushin points out that since the Beis HaMikdash treasury had to make good on sacrifices which became invalid, which became tameh, it was necessary to urge the Kohanim to be especially careful in matters which involved a loss to the temple. So that is the Pashut Pshat in the Pasuk and the Rashi here. But there is a deeper idea that I'd like to share with you. I saw it in a sefer called Ma'ayana Shel Torah. I actually picked up this sefer. I bought it for $1 at the Portland JCC book sale. They were selling a lot of books, and what I used to do is go find all the svarim that were there and purchase those. So I picked it up there. And he quotes this Devar Torah in the name of the Sichos Tzadikim. I also saw this Devar Torah in a sefer called B'Karasa L'Shabbos Oneg, translated into English as a Shabbos vort, and he brings it in the name of the Chidushei Arim, whose name was Rav Yitzchak Meir Alter of Gur, and he was the first Ger Rebbe. So Chazal told us that the Korban Olah atones for an individual's sinful thoughts. And this is a very important thing to hold in your mind for this vort, that an Olah atones for sinful thoughts. If we would consider the matter, we would realize that each one of our limbs has been given a certain protective covering to protect it from sinning or doing any averos. For example, a person has the ability to shut his eyelids, which will prevent him from gazing at what he should not see. He can close his lips tightly to guard himself from consuming forbidden non-kosher foods or from speaking lashon hara. Similarly, he can seal off his ears to avoid hearing a word of lashon hara or rechilos. But how is it possible for a person to guard himself from thinking improper thoughts? Can a person's mind be covered? Does it have a kisoi? And this is something that our Rashi, quoting Reb Shimon, is hinting to. This is why Reb Shimon stated that the Torah has to be especially mizares a person. It has to urge a person in a situation where there's a loss of kis, which literally means a money pouch, where there could be a monetary loss. But the word kis resembles the word kisoi. Kisoi means a cover. Reb Shimon is telling us that if a person wishes to protect his limb that lacks a cover, which is his mind, from improper thoughts, then he will need to urge himself. He will need an extra measure of self-motivation to keep his mind pure, because his mind is the one thing in his body that doesn't have a kisui, it doesn't have an extra covering that can help him protect it. So one has to urge himself and be more on top of it to be able to make sure that he is only thinking pure and good thoughts. May we all be zocha to think only pure and good thoughts, to think of helping others, to think of doing mitzvos and doing tshuva, and may we all be able to merit to do what is right in Hashem's eyes, and to see the coming of the Mashiach b'mehera b'yameinu. Amen.